Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working with a pure samurai build. This thing is absolutely awesome. I've been having a great time invading with this. It's pretty simple, but it's really fun and very effective. We've got two swords on the build. We've got the Nagakiba and then we've also got the Great Katana. Pretty simple stuff. Makes some really nice mix-ups. I've said in the last video that I absolutely love having a Great Katana in the offhand, and on a pure samurai build it works really well. The Ashes of War in these two also play into the build and the theme of the build really well. We've got Unsheath, which I've never used, and we've got Overhead Slash, which I've never used. That's what it's called, isn't it? Overhead Stance, sorry, I do apologise. It's Overhead Stance. But I've never used either of those two Ashes of War, and yeah, they're just really fun and they make some really good roll catches and mix-ups in general. In my second weapon slot on my left hand, I've got the Samurai Dagger. Can't remember what it's called, let me check. Wakizashi. It's a Wakizashi! It's a Wakizashi. And on this thing, I've got the standard parry. Now, that is so satisfying to land, and I'll be honest, I've kind of done myself proud, I think, with the parries with this thing. I've landed some good parries and got some good parry kills. And then in the second weapon slot on the right hand, I've got the Bone Bow. Now, this thing is a bit disgusting. I've never used it before, but I've stuck it on the build because all samurais have a bow and arrow, don't they? So I thought, stick the bone bow on, use it sparingly, have a bit of a play around with it, and then probably never use it again because it is absolutely disgusting and it's totally broken. But it's been fun having a play around with it, and you'll see in some invasions that we do get a couple of kills with it. We're a level 60 build, we've got 40 vigour and 35 dex, pretty simple stuff. There are the talismans, that's the armour, and that's the flask. Really simple stuff, great build, very fun. Yeah, so let's get into the video. But guys, this is probably going to be my last video for like a week. I'm going on holiday on Sunday, enjoying a week in the sun with the wife, so I probably won't get time to release another video after this. But yeah, enjoy this one. If you like the content, please do consider subscribing. It'll help me out and help the channel a lot. But either way, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, I appreciate all of you. Enjoy your week, I'll see you when I get back from my holiday. Let's have a look at this build and enjoy the invasions.
Someone please kill him.